online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.
That was the Ramones, Baby I Love You. You're listening to Russell Brand on BBC Radio 2. We're in Manchester at the moment making this programme. I'm with Matt Morgan. He's in charge of the switches and buttons, which are peculiar today, aren't they, Matt?
They're made of Lego.
Actually are made of Lego. There's bits of Lego holding them in place. That's not a joke. That's not like how you would say, oh, it's like Barry Sheen, Meccano Man, that motorcyclist. They call him Meccano Man. He weren't really made of Meccano. Probably it was proper medical stuff, wasn't it?
What are you going on about?
Barry Sheen was a motorcyclist when we were younger men, Matthew.
Don't take that tone. Barry Sheen.
I will take that
very
tone.
hard on a motorbike.
He fell off, he done his legs in. They replaced bits of his tibula, fibula, whatnot, with bits of metal, and earning him the name Meccano Man, right? But he weren't really made of Meccano, but that desk actually is Lego, isn't it?
Yeah, there's bits of Lego.
Lego screwed down. Why?
No.
This is the BBC Radio 2 Manchester.
Licence fee pays money.
Wasted on Lego. That's childish. We'll spend the money on Lego.
The building's made of stickle bricks.
Stickle bricks and Duplo, that one with What's a Rabbit. They're made out of that. So, right, okay, this show is pre-recorded, which means we have very little control over what the content will actually be. It may have been chopped to ribbons by the time it reaches your ears. It goes through numerous filters of censorship, but what we intend is to make a beautiful radio show from our hearts made of love. What you will probably get is a series of trailers, but don't condemn us for that. What we're doing is trying to make you a radio show. Trevor Locke's here. Hello, Trev.
Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Well, actually, this is Saturday night for the listeners, but for us, this is Monday morning. But that's okay. We're amorphous gentlemen. You all right, Trev? What's the matter? Why are you holding your cup of coffee like a nervous estate agent?
I'm not like a nervous estate agent. I'm like an amorphous gentleman.
You're not?
It's not a cup of coffee. It's peppermint tea made by a lovely man.
Okay. Well, I just worry about you sometimes, Perch, there. Now, we've got a lot of business.
Why are we doing this pre-record, Russell?
'Cause I'm going to Hollywood.
Chasing his dreams. And we just get tugged along in his wake.
There's nothing wrong getting tugged along in the old dream wake. It's nice. I just got to pop over there for more things to do with moguls. I've got to make these moguls happy. Moguls, Baloo, Bagheera, boast of the castle.
Who meets you at the airport when you go over there?
Like some paparazzi from English firms.
Well, they don't meet you and take you to your hotel.
They're very friendly. I love those guys. There's a man in a car. His name's Cammy, I think.
It's a night.
It's not! He's got a car and everything. And a face. I don't know him anywhere. Hold on, come. We've got a lot of business to clear up.
Get on with it, come on.
Let's not worry about my burgeoning Hollywood career. That's a secondary to this lovely show. I mean, it is. I love this show, the bits of it that are broadcast. Now, right here, there's a lovely text message from someone calling himself Rich. He goes, Rustless Brandus, you sexy big-haired man. I play gay football for the Birmingham Blaze gay football team. I am a gay and I loves you. Rich. Gay football. I wonder how it differs from conventional football, gay football. Can only be gay sex. Let's not hide from it. I don't know if that's part of the game itself.
It's quite gay anyway.
What do you mean, cuddling after you score?
Cuddling and having shared baths.
Yeah, there's a homoerotic undertone, certainly. It's surprising that there aren't more openly gay footballers. What with all that hatred of homosexuals being beamed down from the terraces, it's a surprise that more people don't come out as being gay. So, yeah, gay
Has there
football.
ever been a gay football apart from Justin?
Justin Fashanu.
Most of them are gay.
Trevor!
They are, Russ.
They are not gay. None of them are. In a form of sexuality that 10% of the population practice, 0% of footballers do it.
Do you know how I know?
Go on.
This is how you can tell.
Go on.
It's by the way they wear their shorts.
Trevor, this is one of your blind alleys that we've all become aware of.
You have a look. If you ever look at the way the footballer wears his shorts, if the shorts go in quite a little bit round the buttock area,
Trevor, you're peddling hate, mate. I'm sending that. Right, that's what we'll do is.
I like it.
This bill will probably be cut out of the show anyway. But if it remains in, let's get it sent directly to Peter Tatchell and see what he makes
Where
of
has
your...
Peter Tatchell gone? He used to be on the telly.
Where's Tatchell? He's give up.
He doesn't care anymore.
No, it's since
He's
Peter
gone straight.
Tatchell. he's got himself married. He's settled down. I've pulled that behind me.
Phase.
It was a phase. A lot of teenagers go for a bit where they're a bit gay, then they realise to stop all this
Do
madness.
you remember when you used to have a leather bag where you used to call the Tatchell satchel?
Yeah, I had a leather bag. Matt called it my Tatchell satchel because it was a bit gay. The Tatchell satchel. I like Peter Tatchell. He stands up for what he believes in.
Yeah,
He's a good bloke.
Literally stands up.
What do you mean?
Well, he goes up into the pulpit and mugs archbishops, doesn't he?
He doesn't mug them, Trev. He stands up for what he believes in. Let's get right behind Peter Tatchell. Leave it. Galloway or Brand? No contest, my friend. Russell, you are brilliant. Love Alan in Oxford.
What?
Well-
Why are you being compared to him?
I don't know, but at least in this competition that I didn't know I was in, I've won. That's the main thing.
Galloway or Brand?
Galloway or Brand, in the views of this lad, it's me.
Do we have to make a choice?
Yes, according to that lad. Danny says, to celebrate your #1 podcast and to promote that beautician guy. Last week on the show we spoke to a beautician. I believe he's going to be here in a couple of weeks. Ben. He's a beautician, but he's a fella and he's not getting enough work because of prejudice. The sort of thing that Peter Tatchell used to care about before he got married. Your #1 podcast and to promote that beautician guy, this person, Danny, thinks that we should get the beautician guy to come down here and completely wax one of you all over so you're completely bald. Imagine how lovely you'd look without eyebrows. You could even do it for charity since Russell claims to be so generous. Love the show, from Danny. Then there's the number of this person. I don't want to get all waxed. Do you, Matt?
It might stop your Hollywood ambitions.
It might do, mightn't
You
it?
know, if they're like Duncan Goodyear.
If I went over there all Duncan Goodhue like, I could be Kojak or Keanu Reeves in the first bit of The Matrix where he emerges from that pod. But other than that, there are
But you're
limitations.
still pitching.
I won't be beaten down, Matt. I won't be beaten down. Trevor, on the other hand, has got no reason not to be waxed from tip to toe. Have ya?
I'm not that particularly hirsute, am I?
Well, you've got all that stuff sprouting out your head.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't wax your head.
This
As you
person says
misunderstood.
you do.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right,
And I
I'm up
reckon-
for it. I'm up for it, you know.
Would that be nice to have Trevor all waxed up?
All bald like a snooker ball.
Trevor all bald, not hair on him, and then we could just look at him all nude and grease him up.
Oil me, yeah.
Just
Yeah, let's do it. You've said you will do it now.
Trevor, you will do it, right? We'll do it for what charity? Let's do something really serious, so that if Trevor reneges on
relief's
it,
coming
it's going to
up.
look really
Alopecia.
bad. Not for alopecia, that's not a proper... It is bad,
That's
no, it's
offensive
bad, it's
to them,
bad.
isn't
And
it?
you've offended them. You,
I
Trevor,
haven't offended them.
have offended people.
I like them.
No, right, so for comic relief, Trevor will wax himself
No, I
up.
won't.
Trevor, you've
said
agreed
you'd
to
do
it
it.
I'll
now.
wax a
Got
couple
to
of
do it.
nipples, but not my head.
Britney
Couple, how many
Spears.
have you got? What are you, a sow? Have you gone running all up and down your ribcage to feed your piglets? Dirty little devil.
I've got 4, 2 little ones that aren't properly formed.
Trevor, show us them at once. You better not have fun.
I used to be obsessed with
semi-formed nipples.
supernumerary nipples. People are often
What,
born
like
with 3
him out of
nipples.
Goldfinger?
What? Oh, yeah.
He had an extra one.
Do you know what it's called?
What?
A superfluous papillary.
Superfluous. There's nothing superfluous about it. Just make use of it somehow. You know, just, I don't know, keep a washing machine by it. You've got to utilise these situations. It is the Tibetan New Year. Russell, Matt, Trevor and Mr. G. He's not here. He's going to do a poem at the end. We forgot about that.
The nibs.
Mr. Nibs. We've got a young lad here. He's our squire. He's a young lad called Mr. Nibs. Come over here, Mr. Nibs. Now, we've got no evidence that you've got any business being on radio as yet, but let's see if you have. Now, why are you here?
Just come to watch you working, and
Right, just come to watch me working.
yeah, just to see how everything works.
Right, okay, what have you learned? Have you learned anything so far, Mr. Nibs?
Not yet, no.
Right, okay, now that's because you're not concentrating, because there's been stuff happening. Now, by the end of the show, we expect you to have written a poem about what's happened in the show. There's a pen here, that's to write it with. That's all the help I'm going to give you. There's some paper there, Trev's give you that. Now, Mr. G, he is our poet on the show. Now, he's not here because we're in Manchester. You've met him?
Yeah.
Right, well, don't let him down then, okay? Do not betray his memory. God rest his soul. Right, so you go over there, and by the end of the show, we want a nice poem, and it's got rhyme and everything. Otherwise, Mr. Nibs, we will cut you loose. So help us. I just wanted to wish you, says Katie, all a very happy Losar, the Tibetan New Year. Lo, meaning year, Sar, meaning new. This is now the Tibetan year 2134. Wow, we're in the future. Year of the fire pig. Wow. Why would you
sounds
have
good.
that? It's the year of the fire pig. Yeah, it's a sexy thing to have, isn't it? What's
What is
that?
a fire pig, though?
Well, imagine, like, you know, Pigs in Space on Muppets. It would be a bit like that, but one of them has come out of the shuttle and is going through space all ablaze. That's what I imagine.
I think so.
What do you think it is?
I see a pig being turned on a fire with an apple in its mouth.
That pig's got no power.
You know, I don't know.
He's on a spit. He's got no power. He's been completely emaciated.
Yeah,
Why?
but the year of the fire pig doesn't say it's the fire pig in control.
It's
of
his
it.
whole year. He's got a
not his
year.
year.
It's a year of the fire pig, and you've just put him on a spit. Come on. May it be auspicious and bring you good fortune. Just to clarify, year of the fire pig, we have always said in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, is a bit like Pigs in Space from Muppets, and nothing like a pig being roasted on a spit. Just to make that clear, that's part of our dogma. Love from me, the writer of this email. If you can find a way to solve the Chinese occupation of Tibet, I assure you we'd be very grateful. Right, we'll get those Chinese out of Tibet, will we? We'll try. I'll tell you what, if the Chinese don't leave Tibet over the course of this radio show, it won't be for want of us trying. Now, firstly, we'd like to say, get out! That's not your Tibet! Get out! That's their Tibet. Come on, give Tibet back now. You had a little borrow of it. Now give it back. Right, that's from Katie. Right, we've done a bit to help Tibet. We'll keep up trying to liberate Tibet from the Chinese over the course of the show. Hi, Russell. I'm currently in a phase of heartbreak, and I would like to say that you are the only one who's brightened up my day. About an hour ago, my friend and I were arguing over a girl, so we asked her who she would go out with, and she picked him over me. Then he paraded her all over the room. There should have been a parade. Look at my gal, look at her. It's a ticker-tape parade. Okay. What a crazy way to live your life. It was my birthday, and he has done this 3 times before. What? But these parades.
How old are these people?
I don't know what's going on. My cousin emailed you last week when she was in France. I would like to say thank you to you and hello to her. Don't use us to convey information to people in France. Thanks very much, Anthony. Well, anyway, thanks for that, mate. But if people keep doing parades, that's not right, is it?
It's very odd.
I don't know, because a parade, it must take a while to administrate as well, isn't it? You've got to get clearance from the council, could probably have to close down traffic. I don't know, don't do it no more, anyone. And also, I'd just like to make another urge for the old Chinese to get out of Tibet. I've not forgotten about that, that's important.
Are you being more militant now? You've got those ridiculous boots you've got on.
Why would a man like you, Matt Morgan, attack my little rootin' tootin'
What
boots?
on earth are you wearing those for?
These boots are my downtime boots. Now, you know I like to wear big pointy shoes when
They're
I'm being on the
downtime
telly.
boots.
Yeah.
They're from the war.
What war?
They're army soldiers' boots.
Army soldiers. He thinks there's all different types.
There is.
What other soldiers are there? Soldier ants. They don't have boots.
They're terrible. They don't look right. They've
don't
got
look right.
corduroy trousers tucked into army boots. The GQ should take that award back.
No, mate, I earned that award. I'm stylish. Now, if I do this, that means this is stylish.
Well, you look like someone in Camden. It's like goth boots.
Exactly, they're goth boots. You look like you're walking on golf clubs.
You look ridiculous.
Walking on golf
That's what
clubs.
you look like.
Someone
You've
in
got a couple of
Camden.
9 irons down there.
How dare you? Peter Tasher will be on to you.
He
for that
phoned me up
comment.
because I went for this thing and there was a costume department and they've given me a pair of boots. I went, all right, okay, thinking they'd be pointy Russell Brand boots. They're not, they're army boots.
These-
sort of thing I wore when I was a little grunger at school.
You're still a little grunger as far as I can work out, you scruff
Not
bag.
at school though.
No, that's true. You've progressed to playing with Lego in a building now. So, no, these shoes are cool, I think.
Yes, they are.
People can have a look for themselves, not on the web thing, because there ain't a camera in here, I don't think.
They're
What-
just incongruous to you.
Yeah,
You might as well be
absolutely.
wearing a sombrero.
I might do that. And if I do, I shall get a prize off of GQ for it.
Go for a part as a Mexican in Hollywood. Come back. Hey, I've got this hat free. It's brilliant. There's a room with all clothes in it.
Viva Zapatista! Right, okay, so we've got lots to clear up. We'll be talking about the sexual behaviour of dolphins. We'll have a chat with Noel Gallagher. No, there's a lot of updates on it, Matt, and some important information. We'll be talking about Trevor Locke's tardiness last night. We've got lots of issues because me and Trevor are on tour, as you know, and Trevor's been behaving abominably. Abominably. So, okay, now why don't we listen to Morrissey? Shall we listen to Morrissey? We're in Manchester. Let's listen to Morrissey. It's going to be a hell of a show. Stay with us. Morrissey, you're the one for me, fatty. Listen to Russell Brand on BBC Radio 2. Matt Morgan, you're right. Why are you looking so smug about something? What's going
Got a
on?
little email here.
Read it then.
Dearest Trev, Russell and Matt, how mean is Russell for leaving Trev at the Leeds gig? We did offer him a place to stay and to get the train back to Manchester with us, but he retreated to the karaoke bar to drink J2O, which is a drink, thought it shouldn't be
Other drinks
advertising.
are available.
Can't believe my friend made me leave him there all alone. So you left...
Yeah,
Dearest
Trev's
Trev.
been a bit unreliable. I try and give Trev a hand up in life, having him support me on my tour. Now, Trevor has started to behave like you imagine Judy Garland would behave if she was your support act, making incredible demands of the people we work with, doing laundry, bringing all his laundry from home and getting it done in the hotel at enormous
What?
expense.
That's
All his
not
laundry
true.
there. Right, ordering loads of things from room service and bringing groupies back to his room. Matt, I have a certain standard of living that I have to live up to. Last night, for example, we had 2 girls sleeping in his bed, didn't you, Trevor?
They had nowhere else to
Trevor!
go.
That after
Trevor.
what we've been through, when will he learn?
Look.
So it's like when he's, and also like every time the gig ends, I have to get out quickly because like I stay for a while, meet as many people as possible, give out some cuddles. You know, Matt, I
Give
more
out
than
some
anyone
cuddles.
love give out cuddles. That's part of my job. That's
And
part of
who
the
helps
service.
administrate the giving out of cuddles?
Trevor, you've been very useful in the administrating of giving out of cuddles. But I'd give out cuddles to men and women alike, young and old. Not
All right.
What do
You're
you
a
mean,
nice
all right?
guy.
Thanks. That's all I wanted to mention. That dear old Trev. Often you can't find him. He drifts off. He goes.
Drifts off. I'm helping out. I'm doing the organisation.
What are you organising at that time of
The
night?
cuddles, aren't I? I'm
The
organi-
cuddles take
Hang on a
care
minute.
of
He told me
themselves,
that
Trev.
you'd gone without him.
Yeah, we did. We had to. We called him numerous times. He doesn't answer his phone because he's carrying on with floozies.
No, I'm not
Like
carrying on with
Rudolph
Flick.
Valentino.
I wasn't. I was with these people that wrote this email. I was signing a few autographs, having a few
Then who are
photographs
the 2
taken.
people you dragged back to your lair?
I didn't drag anyone back. I was
You-
left in a karaoke bar.
It's the best place for
How
you,
did you
Trevor.
get in there? You can't be... It's not like you're an ornament who's left there.
You've got arms
A
and
couple
legs.
of Chinese fellas picked me up as an ornament. They thought I was
Trevor!
lucky. They said I had a lucky face, took me back there, and they sat me next to a money tree. I was up there for about half an hour until a couple of fans pawned me out.
Trevor,
Then,
all I'm saying is you've become a dangerous liability on
I
that
haven't.
tour. You're jeopardising its success. So we had to leave you in Leeds because you weren't available. Where were you?
You left like that. 1 minute I saw you, you were signing. I went to get you. Some people said, come and have a photograph, sign this. I said, all right. The next minute, you've gone. You've legged it.
Trevor,
hang on, you had
as
to
we
get
all
to a
know,
karaoke
is a
bar in that
yeah.
time.
What
The
was your
karaoke bar is
karaoke
opposite the
bar?
stage door. I left out the stage door. There's no one there.
Trevor,
It's
you
raining.
can't expect the
I'm
world
alone.
to stop so you can hang around gambling and doing karaoke and stuff. It's
is-
a terrible
It's
liability.
unfair. And luckily, there were 2 people who come to see the show who are going back to Blackpool.
Less
And
lucky as
very-
those people have now gone home with venereal diseases.
Oh, please.
Right, we've got an email here that's very important. Russell, Matt and Trevor, I have a problem of the utmost importance which I need your help with. Having followed your recent success with Whispering with Dogs, because we solve people's problems in an item called Cry for Help, where people ring us up and then they go, help, like that, and then we help them. I would like your help solving my pigeon-related problem, says Niall Ingham. He's got a pigeon-related problem. I'm a hard-working student, and as such, I'm not usually awake before 12. Idle. However, there are 2 pigeons which wake me up. Okay. Well, this sounds an intriguing problem. He thinks that these pigeons are malicious, and he wants to buy. He's thinking about buying an illegal firearm to get rid of them at this time,
that's never
with
right.
this social
come on.
tension going on. Well, I believe Niall Ingham may be available for us to talk to, so let's have a chat to him. Niall, are you there?
Hello, Russell. How are you?
I'm very well. Why do you begin all conversations by making a robot noise?
I'm very sorry about that, Russell.
You mustn't do it. Just be yourself. Don't be anybody else. I believe that's one of the lyrics from Just Say No. You don't have to be
Okay.
anyone else, not a robot, not no one. So what seems to be the trouble? We've got the gist of it is that pigeons are driving you to become a gangster.
Well, the problem was, it started off, I'd just bang on the window and they'd fly off, but in recent...
You just bang on the window.
Yeah, and in recent weeks, they've sort of... Well, they're getting very cocky now, and I can shout and scream at them and they won't move. Like, my housemate Lank, I mean, he went...
Your housemate who?
my friend Lank, he's...
Lank?
Lank?
Lank? He sounds like he's from the Munsters.
No, he's very tall, though, he's very tall.
Lank, okay, your housemate Lank, who immediately I'm suspicious of. So this is it, the pigeons have evolved to be able to absorb up fear. They're no longer afeard of you. You bang on the window,
yeah.
they just ignore it.
Well, he poured shampoo on them, and...
Oh no, this is the abuse.
Well, no, it was twofold, really. One, they'd be cleaner for it, and 2, we're hoping they'd go away, but...
You mustn't shampoo God's creatures. I don't think, young man. Well, so there's pigeons on the window, you terrorise them, then you pour shampoo on them.
Well, it know, desperate times, desperate measures.
What are they doing wrong? What's the problem?
Yeah, what is the problem?
Well, they're just cooing constantly. It wakes me up all the time.
Cooing is the gentle sound of nature, mate. Coo, coo, coo. Get into it.
But the problem is, the other morning...
You make robot noises at the beginning of the conversation, and we've been very patient and tolerant. A pigeon does a quick coo, and you're on them with a Vidal Sassoon. You want to get hold of yourself.
Their response now is just to copulate in front of me, which isn't appropriate behaviour.
They're copulating in front of him. Does this turn you on or something? Are you into it? Because when I see pigeons having it off, I just politely look the other way till they're finished. Then I'll see if they need anything, like a tea towel or a cuddle, calm them down. What I don't do is watch them when they're in the throes of their passion.
Well, it's hard not to when I'm outside my bedroom window. That's the problem.
I wonder why they've chosen that as a venue. I wonder if you're letting off pheromones off your nuts that lure pigeons. That's what I'm beginning to wonder, Niall. If you're attracting those pigeons, sending out the wrong signals, are you?
Well, I thought the banging on the window would have been a message that they...
What are you using to bang on the window? That's what I want to know.
Just my hands, Russell, just my hands.
You say that, you dirty little devil. I think you and Lank stand in your bedroom, stiff as boards, the pair of you.
And they're embarrassed that the pigeons are seeing what they're up to, him and Lank.
Yeah.
And why is shampoo involved?
Yeah, why is shampoo even in the bedroom?
Yeah, quick, Lank, they're watching us. throw the shampoo.
Oh, Lank, grab some of the products the pigeons are watching.
We are hard-working students, and what we're doing here is up to us, pigeon boy.
How we unwind is our own business. Here, throw one of the whips. Throw our chaps at the window. I don't know what you're up to, young man, but if you think we're going to support you in your attack of God's lovely pigeons...
Poor innocent pigeons, seeing you and Lank.
At it! Lumbering all over, clawing each other's backs.
Hey, there's some pigeons come back.
Don't worry about it, Lank. I'll drive them away. Where's the acid? If we didn't keep releasing all this musk off our nutbags, maybe those guys would clear off.
I'll chuck the Vaseline, boss.
We're gonna need that, Lank. Keep hold of the grease. Grease me up. Let's get rid of those feathery poivoits. What are they watching for? You are to blame, Niall.
I can assure you my intentions are honourable. I just like a decent night's sleep, to be honest.
Well, stop having it off with Lank, then. That's the problem. Don't blame the pigeons, mate.
But the sleep afterwards is so much nicer.
That's true. You and Lank in each other's arms, all cuddle up, nuzzling, purring. I bet it's used to cooing at each other. Coo, coo. Oh, Lank, you make me feel so good. Coo, coo.
How dare you, Russell? I have a girlfriend. She would be approving
God,
this.
she'd be so upset.
She would be. If she finds out about you and Lank, your girlfriend, stroke beard, that you're using. Listen, just own it, mate. Well, this is another issue that Tatchell should be involved in. Where is he? Where is Tatchell? What's wrong with the gay men in this country? They're not standing up and being proud of their sexuality. We'll get to the bottom of this. Right, anyway, go help in like that voice, because otherwise we can't help you.
Help!
Sounded like the sort of man who would very happily...
That Lank just grabbed him from behind.
It did, didn't it? The only thing you need help from is from Lank's clammy fingers groping your pelvic bone. Now listen, young man, what I suggest is you just accept them pigeons. Don't hurt them. Because when I see them spikes on ledges where pigeons
That's not to
should
hurt,
land...
it's just to stop them landing.
I don't like it though, Matt. They've got to sit somewhere, those pigeons.
Yeah, but they do poo everywhere.
No, you know, I like that.
They are allowed to go and sit and live in the countryside.
What are they going to eat? They are allowed. They are allowed. Look at you, Daily Mail attitude to pigeons. These pigeons come over here. They prevent me and Lank from having our sexual, physical fun. Then they steal our jobs.
My house is covered in spikes to stop them landing. Freeloaders.
Bloody freeloading pigeons.
Go and live at sea.
Yeah, they come over here, they run minicab services, they can't be trusted. For Christ's sake, young man, listen, I think you need to extend a bit more tolerance and warmth to the pigeon community. They are our feathered brothers.
Couldn't you, as you're an animal lover, couldn't you find a home for them?
They can come live round my house.
I do actually know how to get rid of in this, and
Matt,
it's not a bad thing.
You might know, Matt, but do
I know
you
a
think
good
that
idea.
Niall is a person we can trust with that sort of information?
Yes.
Niall, or as I call him, nihilist, because he believes nothing has any meaning.
Go on the internet, get a picture of an eagle or a hawk with like a close-up of its eye. This works, and then stick it to the inside of your window, and the pigeons won't land there because it will look like there's a bigger bird there.
Also, people will think that you're a far-right extremist. You'll have no one bothering you with eagles in your window. Why don't you put swastikas up as wallpaper as well?
No, it's true, it'll work.
It might work, and also...
We'll get a big rubber bird.
What are you you get a big rubber bird from? For Christ's sake, Matt, what kind of life do you live? Right, okay, well, we've helped you best we can, Niall. You can get a picture off the internet of an eagle, or you can get a rubber bird out of some shop that don't exist, or you can simply have confident sex with your friend Lank and own up to who you are. How about that as an option?
I don't know whether it'll work though, because they seem to be very clever, these pigeons. I'm not sure whether that will that.
Compared to you, they are, you dirty little racist. Now, come on, let's get in the Christmas spirit. There we go, jingle bells. Now, listen.
I might be able to, on a different note, there might be the possibility of finding you an ice cream van for your
Really? Because we're going to celebrate, we are the #1 podcast in the United Kingdom, and we were going to celebrate that by driving an ice cream van around and having some sort of party. We were going to get Noel Gallagher come with us and dish out ice creams, perhaps wearing a pinny but no trousers and pants. It would be good if we could get hold of an ice cream van. Do you know where we can score one?
I know a friend who's got one, but we might need a few signed pictures of yourself and Matt.
You've got a friend with an ice cream van?
I do have a friend with an ice cream van, yeah.
Is it Lank?
No.
Do you and Lank, do you call each other Mr. Whippy and give each other a cuddle? Oh, Lank, give us a go in your ice pole. Is that what goes on, is it?
Russell, you seem very obsessed with Lank. We'd like me to pass on his number to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd like to talk to him.
I want to talk to Lank. I want to know what the hell's going
Let's
on.
talk to him in this show.
Leave Lank's number with Mikey as you go. We will have that ice cream van. Can you get us it? Where do you live?
I live in Swansea, so...
That's miles away from us, but mind you can drive the ice cream van to us. They move. That's the beauty of ice cream vans, but the ice cream might melt. It won't. Right, yeah, drive to us from Swansea. Leave your details with Mikey. He's our assistant. Oh, I don't know what his job is, but he's very helpful. Leave stuff with him, and then, right, and leave Lank's number and your details, and we'll have that ice cream van, please.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much for helping me.
Bye, nihilist, you little perv. Bye, love you, bye. There he goes, old Niall. He was a nice lad, wasn't he?
Lovely man.
I think we've offered him all the help anyone could. So, I mean, there's only so much you can do when someone's fuelled by hatred and the way Niall was.
I think you're allowed. It's like you're allowed to shoot pigeons.
What do you mean, Matt? Wait,
Well,
where
they're
do you
seen as
live?
a-
You've got a funny way of looking at the world. I think you're allowed to shoot pigeons. The pigeons can go and live in the countryside if they want. You think you live in a world of dollies. Mind you have got a desk made out of Lego.
Rats with wings, people say, don't they?
Yeah, Hitler said things like that. You can't trust people's bonkers views. I like pigeons. I think they're all right. Trev, what's the matter? Why are you staring down all downcast? Are you ready to apologise for last night yet?
No, I am not.
Right, okay, let's go to a track. What are we going to listen to, Matthew?
The Clash.
The Clash. What's it called?
Clash City Rockers.
What an exciting moment this is going to be for all of us. Stay with us. This is Russell Brown on Radio 2. Clash City Rockers, The Clash. We were going to fade out earlier, then Matt announced that he didn't have the confidence to do it. He goes, I'll fade out now, I've not got the confidence to do it. Why have you not got
I didn't know what was going to
confidence?
happen in the song. I thought something mad might happen.
Or with them Lego things as well, that can be disorientating.
You can't
Shut up!
trust Lego.
Don't talk while we're doing the radio show, please. It's confusing for us. There's some people in the studio talking while we're doing the radio show.
Poem
One of
being
them is
made.
Mr. Nibs. Mr. Nibs is supposed to be writing a poem instead of Mr. G today. Mr. G doesn't talk while he's writing the poem, Mr. Nibs. You should know this. He silently does it, doesn't he?
Ponders.
He ponders. That is the state of a poet. A poet does not chatter, does he, Matt?
No.
It's not the nature of a poet. We've got some lovely letters and that have been written by a machine. Hi, Russell, says Nikki. I love your podcast. They keep me sane. That's worrying, isn't it? That
is
someone's on the
very
precipice of
worrying.
insanity and the only thing that's keeping them going over the line is a podcast. And linked with lovely British chaps while I'm at veterinary school in Slovakia. Oh. That's a bit mysterious, isn't it? Slovakian veterinary
I
school.
spent some time in Slovakia.
Have you?
What do you mean, like, why are you saying that like you were out there as a bounty hunter doing killings?
I didn't say that.
I spent some time in Slovakia. You never really get over
Good
it.
men.
I would have loved to have come and see you, but unfortunately I can't come back until April 6th, so I'll just miss your last date. That's talking about my tour. But maybe next time. It's sold out anyway, that tour, so it doesn't matter. I hope your cat recovers from his castration. Yeah, I hope so too. Just to add, you are very good looking and talented. Thanks. Trevor. Just say it, Matt. I can't
Does it
censor
say
things.
that?
Like, no.
You do like to keep the, keep those out there, those ideas, don't
Well,
you?
yeah, I do. I like to. I don't like that to drop too low in the mix. But anyway, it'll probably get...
Does it mention your boots?
Oh, yes. Your boots, by the way, are in keeping with your overall appearance and cool.
And Herman Munster Used to pull them off wonderfully.
Look at this. Trev and Matt, you are both excellent too. You make a great team. So there you are.
Finally, a bit of honesty there.
Russell, Matt and Trevor, really love the show, etc, etc. I would like your help, says Scott from Camberley. Can you let me know what happened to poor old David Icke? Well, he's all right, I think. He's doing really
fine.
well.
He's doing really well. He's doing good
tours,
work.
making a lot of money, exposing sort of conspiracies and that, and being overall quite cool. I think he's nice.
And
I
he's
think
also kept sane by our podcasts.
he's another one clinging on. He was last seen forecasting the imminent end of the world while dressed in a baby blue tracksuit. It was turquoise.
That wasn't the
actually.
last time you've seen. He's done loads
I've
since
seen
then.
him
Lizards.
recently talking about lizards. That
Yeah.
Philip Schofield's a lizard.
He's exposed that.
Rolf Harris is a lizard.
What if he starts to believe he's actually a lizard? Do you think he'd just
no,
stop
I'm
the
a
lecture
lizard.
and go home and go, God.
I'm going to have to stop this. I can't even trust me. I'm part lizard now. Christ, who would have suspected me of all people, of being a lizard? Yeah, I like David Icke. I think loads of things he says are all right, but it's just that lizard thing.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
bit
why.
worrying.
That's why they make him say it.
Yeah, say that lizard thing, David, because it undermines the things you're saying that are actually true about media manipulation. Even our own radio show gets censored, probably because of our attempts to free Tibet from the bloody Chinese. Don't think we've forgotten about that. China, give Tibet back. Give it back. Go on, it's not your Tibet. So anyway, the world hasn't ended yet, so I imagine he's a bit embarrassed.
No, he's not. He never predicted it would end this quickly. It's ending.
It is ending. He's probably got, he's got a point. I'll understand if people have more pressing, personal, emotional stuff that needs your help, but it'd be good to know he's all right. Well, we'll find out. We'll give him a ring or something. It'd be nice to talk to David Icke, wouldn't it? I'd love to talk to
Let's
him.
get him in.
Get him in. Nice radio show, Russell. Please don't shout. I've got a terrible migraine. Love Molly Coddle. Well, Molly Coddle is off of the fan site. Hello, everyone on the fan site. I offer you actual, genuine love.
She's a fan. Why's she going? Please don't shout. I've got a terrible headache.
Well, I suppose it's the familiarity you feel if you are a genuine fan. You sort of feel like, oh, I can
Right.
just tell them what to do.
If she was a genuine fan, she would love your shouting anyway.
But she might have a migraine. Come on, let's be sympathetic, particularly to our core fans. There's them people that we need now more than ever in this time of censorship. And also, I read something in the Star now. It's difficult for me, because sort of people sometimes say horrible things in the papers. I wasn't sure whether to ignore it, rise above it like Jesus would, or
He got a very bad press, didn't he?
people are always sticking the boot
The
into that
Nazareth
guy.
Chronicle, really. I mean, they tore him to pieces.
This Jesus character, 32, I predict bad things for him.
Jesus yesterday.
Jesus swaggered into town on a donkey, stinking of booze. What I'm saying is, right, that this bloke in the Star, the TV critics, really, been saying some malicious things about me. Now, I'm wondering whether I should use these various media outlets to begin a campaign.
Who is it?
Damn!
That's
what's
the
his
thing about
name?
the Star, really, isn't it?
You don't know who he
Dave
is.
Ward, not Mark Ward, he was a West Ham winger, who I'm very fond of. Dave Ward, I think he's called, he's in the Star. Let's get a copy of the Star.
Warner, innit?
I can't remember, but he's the TV critic from the Star, right? And
Warden.
he had a go at me last week, right, saying that the Brits was rubbish, when the Brits was good, wasn't it, Matt?
Brilliant.
We were brilliant, especially that bit where I weed in a bottle backstage. That was our real
wasn't on
highlight. Oh no, they did televise that bit, which they missed a trick there, especially the bit where the
Yeah,
displaced
it's all right,
vapour.
come on.
All right, I like the display.
Vapour? You are turning into Herman Munster. You've got great big Frankenstein boots on and you have vapour coming out of your...
The vapour didn't come out of me. The vapour, what happened was the wee went in the
I
bottle.
know, I was there, I saw it, I had to hold the curtain, I smelt it. Please, it's difficult, can we move on?
Inflated me like a bullfrog's neck.
Hold on.
The displaced vapour did. Hold on.
It's like
I'm not having
Popeye's forearm, it was horrible.
that. Anyway,
And it's
this,
got a little tattoo of an anchor on it.
I don't understand this.
well, I weed in a bottle.
What's that laugh you just did?
Sometimes I become quite coquettish.
Become Penelope Pitstop.
I swear I do. Oh, fiddle-dee-dee. Quiet, dum-dum. I can't remember what happened in there.
You're going to go far in Hollywood.
I can do 9 voices. Some of them were great. Come on, my...
Dum-dum. That's what you say to your driver when you're out there, isn't it?
Quiet, dum-dum. Take a left on a Sunset Boulevard. It's time to fulfill some Hollywood dreams. Dum-dum. Yeah, I do carry on a bit like that. Listen, so I'm wondering whether or not to start a campaign. I think he's called Dave Ward or something like
Get
that.
his name first, because otherwise it
Mr.
could be-
Nibbs, stop taking photographs, write your poem, go and get a copy of the Daily Star, Mr. Nibbs. He's our assistant. We're training this boy up. He'll be a great broadcaster one day, that lad, Mr. Nibbs. How old are you, Mr. Nibbs?
18.
He's only 18.
18.
Bless him. He probably don't even know what he is. Go and get a Daily Star. Good lad. Right,
Please.
he's going. Please. Said please. I knew this little child once called Sonny it was, and it said, when it said please, it was a threat. It goes, can I have some chocolate? I go, what do you have to say? He goes, please! Please! Please meant now.
How did you know him? Was this glass collector you were obsessed with?
What glass collector?
Once you came to me, it was back in the days, rebrand era.
Yeah, when I was on the old Persian rugs.
Yeah, and you said,
I've got this kid, he's brilliant. He's a glass collector. He's about 5.
what was that all about? You said we could make a TV show about him.
I've got this kid. Now, what it was is he looked a bit like, he was a little tubby black lad, and I really liked him. He was collecting glasses in this pub, and he just had something about him, Matt. I thought, let's make a TV show about him. He got something. He's got something special. But I wasn't clued up.
How do we
What's
find
he in?
him?
I don't know. Just
Matt, I'm an ideas man, yeah? Don't try and fence me in. Let's just go find that little lad and make a TV show about him and the way he feels. That's really funny, actually, isn't it? In that biography, which we don't want to publicise because it's evil and it was unofficial, although when you read it, it is quite fun. No, it's rubbish. It's bad. Don't read it. Don't get that unofficial biography. There's bits of it. It's just telling stories about things that me and Matt done. Me and Matt were reading it and it was making us laugh. So this was one time when there was this old lady walking down the street and I was all coked up. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. And because I forgot that I was on loads of coke and just thought the world is really, oh God, everything's really exhilarating. But forgot that it was all because I was on dangerous amphetamines. We saw this little old lady goes, hey, look at her. What a character. She's fantastic. Come on, Matt, let's follow her. We started following her. Then she went into her secured accommodation through like a security gate that went like that. And there was a camera on it and stuff. And I goes, come on, let's follow her. She goes, I don't think you're supposed to be in here. I went, we're coming with you. We want to see how you live. Following people about to see how they live. It's terrible, really. Then we went into her house and she was all bewildered and nervous. And I was going, come on, Matt, isn't everything brilliant?
look at it, it's brilliant.
She's telly. Yeah.
She's telly, this woman. This woman is telly. Let's film her. And Matt goes, it might be because you've taken so much cocaine, Russell, that you feel so enthusiastic and egotistical. And it was, actually. It turns out Matt was
do a lot
right.
of stuff like that. Sometimes
Yeah.
we didn't even have a camera with us.
No, why are we doing that? Following people, going places. It's an odd way to carry on. Let's not take drugs ever again. They're bad for you. Right. So, anyway, so I'm wondering whether to start, because he had a go at me, and also, right, it was in the Star last week, having a pop at the Brits, which was really good, and, like, widely regarded as a triumph. Jonathan Ross said it was absolutely brilliant. Yeah. We can trust that man's verdict. Right. And, so, what I want to know is whether or not to start a campaign against this Mark character, or does that compromise me spiritually? What do you think, Trevor?
Well, I think you should rise above it.
Rise
Although,
above it.
He was very unkind about Charlotte Church as well yesterday. Cheap shots.
That was the Sun, wasn't it?
I don't know.
All the TV critics are a bit out of order.
Well, they've got to be. I mean, if you were one, you can't just go, that was good. You've got to be
that's true.
No,
nasty,
but you
haven't
can be good. You can criticise in an intelligent, interesting, original way, or you
Yeah,
can be
and
lazy
in a judicious way that's kindly, not like sort of malicious and nasty.
and accurate as well. A lot of the things they say just aren't true.
Yeah, so he had a go at me last week, and I reckon, because I saw it on that fan site, the Russell Brand Forum, which I like, and I love them people. God bless them, lovable fans. Right, one of them had seen it, and so it was up on that fan site, which means that they would have bombarded him. They would have bombarded him with emails anyway. They do that sort of things themselves, God bless them, in their loyal, decent support. So, right, and then he today followed up his initial vicious, senseless, pointless attack by going, oh, thanks for all the emails of support, agreeing with my attack on Russell Brand. And I think you got loads of people from the fan site sending you emails saying that, you're out of order. And and he just used it again. So I think it'll be good, right? If that man wants to go around senselessly hating people, perhaps he should receive senseless hatred. Perhaps people should send it. Perhaps he needs to know what it's like for people to smash his windows.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, hold on, but
No, because we're all about love, remember?
we are all about love mostly, but if someone's full of hate, perhaps we should remove them people from the planet. I don't know. But anyway, he's a TV critic from the Star. You might be able to find out stuff about him. If you can, you do what you think is right.
No.
Look inside yourselves and do what is right.
no.
But we want the world to be beautiful and think people should be beautiful to each other. Where's my star, Mr. Nibs? I'll kill that kid. That's irony there.
I reckon you should bring him onto the show and debate with him face to face, man to man, And end up with a cuddle.
No, I know. Let's just, like, find a real live wire fan and stoke them up to the point where they do something reckless. No, let's
No,
not
it
do
can't,
that.
it can't be much of a life being the TV.
It must be horrible. That's true. That can't
That's
be.
the
Probably
thing.
don't
Because
get
you've
much
got to work
money.
at the Star, but you've also got to watch loads of telly.
Oh my god.
Like sit there watching tapes of everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him.
I feel sorry
I
for
feel
him.
sorry for
And he's
him.
got to just get an angle on stuff. So he's
Yeah.
gonna, he's going to go.
Let's extend love to that man.
Exactly. Let's get him on the show, shake his hand, give him a cuddle.
We'll extend love, but, you know, if you can find his email address, perhaps he needs to save our senseless hatred. I don't know. And if you know where he actually lives, perhaps... No, all right. Now, let's not do anything reckless or nasty. We're about love. OK, so we've got someone on the phone that we're going to help with their problem. Who is it, then? Amy, you got some sort of problem. What is it?
Hello, Russell.
Hello, darling. You all right?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm ever so well, thanks.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm in a good mood. I'm in a right good mood
Oh,
about
you
things.
sound like you are.
Yeah,
You're
we're
better than I am.
Why? Why are you not in a good mood? What's wrong, Amy?
Oh, nothing much. I was just thinking, I am 22, and I shave my head.
Right, fair enough.
Not like bald, not like Britney.
Because people have taken that as a real defiant stance against femininity, the shaving of her head. It's been seen as a really powerful, symbolic act, ain't it? Why do you shave your head?
I just go, I don't know, 'cause I'm kind of lazy as well.
What,
like,
so you just don't have to comb your hair or put hair gel
pretty
on?
much. Yeah, I do comb it. You know, not often I quite like.
You comb it?
Tradition, yeah.
Oh, you said it's just shaved. Thought
It
you must be
is, but,
just
you know, you've got to make
raking a
sure it's not
comb across
smooth.
your head like a maniac. What, is that what you do? Rake a metal comb across your head, dribbling into a mirror?
Yes, that's what I do. Yeah.
Sounds all right to me, Amy. I wouldn't seek to condemn you. So, okay, so what advice do you need from us, darling?
Well, it's only that. I just wonder whether you think that might be having an adverse effect on my love life because people think that I'm a lesbian.
Well,
Because I
are
shave my
you
head.
not a lesbian?
Well, if I react in anger, if people ask me, then I look like a homophobe, which I'm not.
Okay. Well, you know, of course, we all know there's nothing wrong with being a lesbian. It's
No,
a bloody
of
good
course,
thing.
yes, I agree.
Now, but you aren't a lesbian, but you do look like you might belong to a
Yeah.
particular aspect of the lesbian community, i.e., them ones what's got short hair.
I know, but then if I do ever meet a boy, they're always a bit weird. Like they've always got like they work at like Argos. And they live
Listen,
with their
nothing wrong with
parents.
that. Nothing
No,
wrong with that.
No, but what I'm saying is, I mean, like a nice normal boy. But if I don't look nice and normal, then I'm worried that then I.
I suppose you will, yeah, if you sort of make choices that sort of suggest you belong to a particular culture, then you're unlikely to meet sort of, say, a kind of dapper fella what wears a tuxedo and goes hunting of a weekend.
Well, I
'Cause
don't know. I'm not that sort of thing. Just someone that's a bit like.
where do you socialise, Amy?
Where do I socialise?
Yeah.
I don't know, there's not really many places to go in Birmingham, but I don't know. I like sort of places that play like metal and stuff, which I suppose it's not really the sort of place. I don't want to go places that play like cheese. and
Go
shit.
places what play Chris de Burgh, everyone will be feeling right romantic there, I predict, and they'll be falling into each other's arms regardless of haircut. Matthew knows about heavy metal music, he'll be able to help.
So I have to go somewhere that plays Chris de Burgh.
You might have to...
No, stick with the
sometimes.
metal, but I reckon you should have a range of wigs for
A
different.
range of wigs.
Yeah.
Why can't she just
That is
be
a good
herself?
Yes, exactly.
Because she could go out with a suitcase full of wigs, and then you can be yourself, but there's lots of different,
Aspects of the self.
Someone back to my room by wearing a wig and be like.
That's true, because
Switch it
hold
off.
on, yeah, she gets someone back to the room, she takes the wig off that person.
No, because what you do is in the
Be like, "You
taxi
wanna come
going
back and see my
home,
wigs?"
in the taxi, just lift it up and go like that, and so they think, hang on, did she just lift her hair up?
Well, hold on, you're going to do that sound effect. It's also, though,
You've
isn't
gotta do
that
the sound.
the Wonder Bra effect of, like, you sort of feel like a bit swindled sometimes?
No, not if she sort of brings it gently, goes, "Ooh,"
Exactly, yeah.
like that, and you'll think, hang on, she's bald.
Right. How
With
short...
with my sterling personality.
Your personality is brilliant, no one's denying that.
It might be that I'm just really annoying.
You're
It has nothing
upbeat
to do with it.
and you're fun, Amy. No one is contesting that. We've been speaking to you for a matter of minutes, and it's obvious you're lovely. But where are you making this phone call from? Because there's an odd noise in the background.
It might be. Oh, I'm sitting in a betting shop.
I think that's the problem. It's your gambling addiction. The problem's not your hair. But like, the reason you're not meeting people is because you run around clutching betting slips, worrying about the 10:30 at Chapstow or whatever it is that people think.
Did you cut your hair off to pay for gambling debts?
I know. I just work here.
Right, you're
Oh,
working in
right,
a
I see,
betting
right.
shop. Can't you
Yeah.
meet some lovely gambling fella, a bit like Paul Newman in one of his films where he's a gambler?
Maybe.
Perhaps you can.
But they all usually smell like cider or wee.
Cider and wee, and or wee.
And that's what the actual that's what they smell like. They go back and forth to the pub all day.
Really?
Not, you know, just the stereotype of gamblers. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them are very nice. But
That is very sensible broadcasting that you've just done there.
Thank
Matthew?
you, thanks.
Gambling shops are the
Covered
most
myself there.
baffling environments on earth.
They are, aren't they?
I don't
We were-
understand it.
We were in one recently, and it's a bit depressing because the floor is scattered with torn and broken dreams. People
Yeah.
stagger, looking at the future for hope and optimism that will never come. I don't like it in there.
It's like they give you all their money and they can't afford it. They can only afford to buy their kids, like, jigsaws from the charity shop with the pieces missing and that.
That's depressing. A jigsaw with pieces missing, that's going to be largely unsatisfying.
I wouldn't
isn't it?
start the jigsaw till I
You get all the way
counted.
to the end and then there's a piece missing, right? So, I don't know.
Why do you know so much about jigsaws from charity shops? This is a minority interest.
Everyone likes a jigsaw.
Listen, my love, I think that you don't meet someone at the betting shop if you're worried about this cider and wee thing. What I think you should do is just go to a wider variety of places.
Yeah.
Sometimes go to a Toff's Ball. Sometimes go out to a place for, I don't know, for people that are suffering from, I don't know, some sort of condition. They're bonkers or something. Yeah, go to support groups to meet people, things like
Invest
that.
in a suitcase full of wigs.
Try Matt's suitcase full of wigs option, a variety of wigs, but do always remember in the taxi to lift it up like a puppet.
Okay.
Amy, we have helped you all that we possibly
say
can.
help?
You said
Oh, you haven't said help.
Pardon?
You haven't gone help.
There
You've got a lovely personality. You'll be married by the end of the show. I guarantee it.
Geez, I promise.
Yeah, well, if you don't need to meet someone, you've got everything you need inside your own mind and heart. But I
Aw,
reckon you'll meet
thanks,
someone
mate.
everywhere. That's
Aw.
all right. Thanks for
Thanks a
calling
lot.
us. You're a beautiful soul. Ta-ta.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
bye now.
Off she goes, old Amy. Well, I think she seems nice.
Yeah, she shouldn't worry about looking like a lesbian. I think lesbians are very attractive. I prefer lesbians to straight women sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes? Or
Well,
under what
I
circumstances?
often end up falling in love with lesbians.
Really, Trevor?
I don't know what that is.
I worry.
Because they're not interested in you.
Maybe that's what it is, yeah.
I don't think you have to be a lesbian to not be interested in Trevor, but it helps. Okay, what is it the news yet? Or what, for 1 minute
You've
to
got 1
the
minute
news?
to fill. So why don't you tell us about yourself, Russell?
Well, hi Russell and co. Love listening to your show. Your ace, so funny. I'm about wetting me sen here. Nice one on the podcast and all, Russell. That's to be done in a Geordie accent. Hey, Russell, love listening to your show. Your ace, so funny. I'm about wetting me sen here. There, that's it.
The
yeah.
Sen, isn't that Scottish though?
All right. Hey, Russ, love listening to your show. You're ace and so funny. I'm about wetting my sin here. Nice one on the podcast and all, Russell.
If you'd like
Lucy.
to book Russell Brand, it is available.
The Hollywood. Right, okay, let's see what's going on our bonkers planet that we're calling Earth. Hopefully the Chinese will have got out of Tibet, 'cause we've been asking nicely for an hour now. Andrea Simmons, we've noticed that on pre-recorded shows you are not doing our evil bidding. That is why, in this broadcast, you're going to have to say the Chinese must leave
No,
Tibet.
report that they have left.
Report that they have left, and then we won't know if they actually have, or it's Andrea Simmons. So this news should go, dung, hello, this is Andrea Simmons from the BBC. The Chinese have left Tibet at last, always nicking Tibet, and that is out of order, and say, I, Andrea Simmons, have betrayed Russell Brand and his colleagues with my traitorish ways. Okay, so, this, 88 to 91 FM, this is Radio 2 from the BBC.
And here's the news now at 10 o'clock. This is Andrea Simmons. BBC News at 3 minutes past 10. Our next is at 11. Oh, and just so you know, Russell, so far at least, you don't frighten me.
Online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.
Violent Femmes, you're listening to Russell Brand on Radio 2. We don't know if Andrea Simmons obeyed our bidding then, because this is a pre-recorded show, but hopefully the news included an apology and vital news about the situation in Tibet. Right, so we've got lots of things to clear up. Remember last week we were talking quite a lot about dolphins and their antics.
Yes.
Sex-wise. Hold on, where is it? Oh no, I've lost it.
Be prepared when the music's on.
That's
get your
when I
bits
should
of paper.
prepare, shouldn't I, while the Violent Femmes are playing. I've just got caught up in it all. Right, now, we were talking about dolphins and their sexual behaviours, because we learned last week that they use their umbrella handle-like genitalia to snag people up their shorts and drag them off on a
We
giddy
didn't
wild
learn
sex
that.
ride. Didn't we?
Someone claims that.
It was a claim. Is that not the same as actual facts? No. Okay, dear Russell, says Sarah, I'm listening to your dolphin discussion on Listen Again. Did you know that dolphins are the only mammals apart from humans that have sex for fun? Dirty little
How do we
pervert.
know
Oh,
that?
that's not true.
They have it for fun.
They're
Hold on.
always smiling because their face looks like that.
Hey, this is great. I'm just doing this for a laugh.
I'm caught in a tuning net, but I'm still smiling.
Some of these tuners are quite frisky. So it's quite plausible, says Sarah, that the dolphin did stick his winky up that person's shorts. They are also incestuous and carry out sex crimes. That's what Sarah says.
But a crime means they're in a sort of legal situation.
Perhaps they've got their own dolphin laws.
The rule of the sea.
The rule of the sea. King Neptune. This is the sea now, my lad. We've got our own rules here.
How's your hand up there? Is that your little pipe, is it?
Yeah, I got my pipe. That's how I do
He's
justice.
in character. He's very good.
That's why I'm
Do
going to
book him.
Hollywood.
He's making a movie. He can do Geordie accent, Scottish accent.
Why I away the new. That's just two of my accents that I can do. Russell, Matt and Trev, I have a fact. Apparently dolphins and humans are the only two species that actually get pleasure from sex. Love the show, Dan Leach.
That can't be true, can it?
Why? Because otherwise
Well, think about-
sex wouldn't happen. It would have been, all animals would have stopped having it off and there would be no
I've
evolution.
seen two pigs, and they enjoy
Trevor,
it. I saw they
you've
clearly
watched
enjoy-
pigs enjoying sex?
Yeah, it was an accident. I didn't plan it.
Was this part of the tour? Is this why you weren't on the bus last night going back to Manchester from Leeds? You were watching pigs
That's how
having
he got-
enjoyable
He
sex.
got a lift in a pig truck.
Come on, Piggy Wiggy!
No, it was this man in the karaoke thing. He said, "Do you want to see this?" And I said,
Trevor.
"Oh no!" The bus stopped, and you know.
Anyway, the fact is that a lot of humans don't enjoy having sex, they just do it for something to do. This is an email from Rufy from Hampshire. I just heard your conversation start. When I was a student in Newcastle, there was a dolphin in the northeast. Was there? Yeah, he was just getting up to tricks.
I heard about him. Yeah.
The C part, obviously. Ah, right, fair enough. Known as Freddie, he was involved in a court case. Honest, a bloke was charged with some offence or other relating to abusing Freddie.
Yeah,
I seem to
I remember
remember that the bloke hanging onto Freddie's penis in order to be towed through the water. Clearly, a flipper wasn't enough. Yeah, if you're looking at a dolphin and thinking, I need something to hang on to, get the flipper.
But really,
Or the fin, or its nose.
It's only human society that says the penis is any more, wrong than the flipper. He was just
Yeah, but you can't fire sperm out of a flipper. And the thing I think is, if
not
I
with
was...
that attitude.
Maybe I can. I'm going to have a bit more of the can-do attitude about me. But I'm thinking, if I'm looking at a dolphin, Matthew, I'm in the sea, I'd run a little mental list of things to hang on to. If I wanted it to drag me around, it would definitely go like this. First, dorsal fin. Second,
Don't try to
either
show
one of
off
its
that
flippers.
you know the word dorsal.
I know the word dorsal.
What does that mean?
I think it's like a ball stool, but it's in the sea. Then only after that, tail and nose would I grab its umbrella.
Nose?
Yeah, because you'd be on its back
Vinnie
like that.
Jones.
I'd have his nose, and I'll be blocking up his blowhole a bit. Why? So what?
You
He
don't
started
deserve to
it.
swim
This
with
is
dolphins.
wrong.
They're noble.
I don't want to swim with them. If this is how they treat people, putting their umbrella willies up people's short legs. So, look, we're getting quite a dossier here that suggests that dolphins are perverts. Okay? That's what I'm saying. And we should drive them from our waters, if there are any. That's what I'm suggesting.
It's wrong to apply human morality to the animal kingdom.
No, it's not. It's fun. And I'd like to imagine all these dolphins wearing hats.
Although
for the rest of
Meerkat
the chat.
Manor does that.
Meerkat Manor does it.
No,
Monkey World does it.
Most puppies would never be born if we applied that sort of morality to the dog world.
What do you mean? Why?
Well, because, dogs have it off with their mothers, don't they?
What?
Jacob had it off with Bessie, and no one...
Trevor, that's your family's dogs. Don't apply. I'll tell you what we must do is apply the Locke family logic to the rest of humanity. That citadel of filth that is your family is an insular, isolated place. Let's not apply what goes on there to the
Rabbits.
rest of our lovely world. Maybe the Locke family rabbits all attack each other with flick knives while practicing up their back passages. But the rest of the rabbit world are lovely guys.
Move on.
Soil Boy from Staffordshire says, great show, guys. I own a couple of sheep. And starts off with a
Who
boast.
doesn't
Just
deserve
two?
sheep?
Who owns two sheep?
Well, this guy. And recently he had a ram in with him. He means a ram, a mouse sheep, not that he went up to him and went, "Ugh, get a cop for that, son." He had a ram in there with them. It's true that they can be frigid. They were not, we were never saying that they weren't. We've not got strong views on this. They were not interested at all. In fact, they spent several weeks running away. I think the problem was that they were raised by hand and they think that they're human and they're not interested in bestiality. Maybe this is similar to the dolphins' way of thinking, that dolphins think they're human and are sexually attracted to other humans. I'm sure a non-tamed dolphin would not attempt to stick its winky in your pocket. Shall we do a scientific study? Soil boy.
Do you know about that monkey thing when they used to feed monkeys with pink rubber gloves because they were like in captivity?
Right.
And they got
for hygiene.
Yes. And
Not
they,
just for a laugh.
when they became mature sexually, they were only aroused when there's pink rubber around.
That's a bit like my
Because
sex life.
they learn from what their mother looks like of what to.
I don't know what you're
fancy.
suggesting, Matt, but
Now,
if you look
and that's a precursor to the next bit of information I'm going to tell you. I read from my diary.
I'm not going to ever put on marigolds around your house. God knows what you'd find in them. What a way to carry on. Miranda says, because you probably want to hear more about dolphins. We do.
I don't. I'm bored of them. They're disgusting.
Are you disgusted? Well, wait till you hear this. Some dolphins got married to a woman. Listen to this. A woman got married to a dolphin, although not entirely legal. Not entirely. It was a dolphin and a person. The ceremony was performed to cement the unspoken union between the unconventional lovers. It would have to be unspoken because the dolphin can only say things like and then it just, they can't talk proper words like we can.
Horse.
Perhaps there is some kind of human alluring sonar dolphin emit that most of us are yet to tap into. Oh, that's a nice sentence. Or perhaps we should not try to stand in the way of true love with our moral codes and ethics and the frowning upon bestiality in that. You can find the story yourself if you want to, and it's got an address that's confusing. I like your radio show, and I really want you to do that ice cream van thing. All right, well, we will. That person was from Australia, from Perth. All right, so people are marrying dolphins now. This is bonkers. Now, but there's not... Oh, yeah, look, there's the story. Sharon Tendler met Cindy, and it's even a woman dolphin. Met Cindy 15 years ago. She said it was love at first sight. This week she finally took the plunge and proposed. The lucky guy plunged right back. In a modest ceremony at Dolphin Reef, in the southern... that's convenient. Place to marry a dolphin. In the southern Israeli port of Eilat, Tendler, a 41-year-old British citizen, became the first person to marry a dolphin. Dressed in a white dress, a veil, pink flowers in her hair, Tendler looked quite a sight. Tendler got down on one knee in the dock and gave Cindy a kiss and a piece of herring. If that's no way to start a marriage, is it? Having to do the herring and kiss at the same time. The kisses would taste awful. It's not a perverted thing. I do love this dolphin. He's the love of my life, she said on Saturday upon her return to London. Interesting.
Is he in the wild?
He's just loose.
I bet it's just in her bath and she has to keep tipping water over it.
Yeah, cuddling him all up, making him wear football socks. Sendler, who says she imports clothes and promotes rock bands. I like it. It says she does because I don't trust anything. Once you've married a dolphin, it's very difficult for us to trust you. I import clothes. Whee! Anyone want a jacket?
That's ridiculous.
Clothes, anyone? Because I've just imported a bunch.
I got some grass skirts. I have to import clothes.
There's clothes here already. No, perhaps all clothes are imported. We don't know. Industry's in a terrible
And what
state.
else does she do?
Marries dolphins. she promotes rock bands. Hey, why not try a rock band?
Not official.
They're ace. I saw one the other day. They had guitars. She's visited Israel several times a year since first meeting the dolphin. When asked in the past if she had a boyfriend, she would always reply, "No, I'm going to end up with Cindy." A lot of people didn't know that Cindy was a dolphin. Cindy's a funny name for a man dolphin.
Yeah, he's Israeli.
I bet he don't know he's called that.
So people say, have you got a boyfriend?
She goes, yes,
She taps
Cindy.
her nose and goes, yeah.
Yeah, I have. He's lovely. Who is it?
Where is he? Oh, he's at sea at the moment.
Do you talk to him a couple of times a week? You have to listen to him carefully. When asked if you had blah, 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 she While she acknowledged the wedding, in inverted commas, had no legal bearing, she did say it reflected her deep feelings towards the bottlenose 35-year-old object of her affection. Bottlenose sounded like an insult.
How do they know
Vanessa.
how old it is?
It's interesting.
It must be in captivity.
It's not a bad thing, it's just something we did because I love him. But not in the way you love a man, it's pure love that I have for this animal. How does she love men? Dirty cow. While she still kept open the option of marrying a human at some stage, she said for now she was strictly a one-dolphin woman.
Oh, poor Cindy doesn't even get commitment.
What? That marriage was a sham. Yeah, okay, Cindy, I'll stay with you for a while, but I've got one eye on the old human world in case a human gullible enough to marry me turns up. Yeah, poor Cindy. Also, she said for now she's a one-dolphin woman. She's not ruling out the possibility she might meet another dolphin. Gosh, she'll stop at nothing.
Hang on,
with her dolphin harem.
Is there a minister involved in this? Was there a religious thing?
She's hardly the jealous type, though. He will still play with all the other girls, she said, of their prenuptial agreement. I hope he has lots of baby dolphins with the other dolphins. The more dolphins, the better. More for her to marry, the loony. Oh, let's not attack her. Fine, let her marry if she likes.
Why has that become news? Because that's just something in her head.
Well, I think perhaps it was a proper, I don't know, perhaps it was cool when they'd done the ceremony, people thought, this is bonkers, let's film it.
She's an idiot, because she's promoting rock bands, she could have got their names into that article.
Yeah.
She could have gone, and I got, whatever the name of the band was
to play at the
ceremony.
Yeah.
Check them out, they're good.
Also, my dress was imported recently. I got this grass skirt from Hawaii and this coconut bra I got from somewhere. I looked a real treat.
They do exist, don't they?
What, coconut bras? I think they're
bras.
just Jungle Book again.
They would be, really good for this summer.
Coconut. Matt, you don't know about fashion. Earlier you were condemning my brilliant boots, and now you're saying this summer's hit are coconut bras. Yeah, maybe if you want to go out with Baloo on a date.
Oh yeah, that's where I've seen them.
Jungle Book's not real, Right, now, in an episode of 40 Towers once, not 40 Towers, Fools and Horses.
Seamless.
Shut up, because you're spoiling in the radio show. Shut up, do the radio show now. In Fools and Horses once, right, what happened was Uncle Albert got upset by Del and Rodney. He then ran off, right? And, they were upset, Del and Rodney, that they'd bothered Uncle Albert in this way, and they went to places where they thought Uncle Albert might be lingering about. Matt's emotional development was formed almost entirely by this episode of Fools and Horses. He judges all relationships and emotions by that template. When getting into a relationship with a woman, he'll say, what would Del and Rodney have done if this situation was somehow ensconced with the abscondence of Uncle Albert? So, what we wondered, right, is that during this famous episode of Fools and Horses, there was a song on, right, because there was a montage sequence with Del and Rodney looking in seamen's missions, looking at, docks and that, and over the top of it was this song, We're So Sorry, Uncle Albert, like that, and it was all, I thought it had to have been written specially. In fact, Matt, I once said
to you... Can you stop reflecting this all onto me?
This
is about you.
Don't...
You're always going on about it. Matt founded his whole life on this moment. And then Matt.
No, Matt, it's you that's obsessed with this thing.
I've once humoured you about this and gone, yeah, no, I do remember that episode. Yeah, it was sad. Don't cry now, though, Russell. Come on, you're a man now.
Because remember...
Put your big boots on, big boy.
Del and Rodney did find Albert again, and I think it was all right. So, yeah. But hold on, though, Matt. You were interested as well. And the thing I really want to know was that song seemed very specific to the situation of Del, Rodney. And I once said... Is that song about anything else as well? Was that a proper pop song?
It was a good song.
It was a good song. We're so sorry, Uncle Albert.
Well, don't do that
We're
again.
sorry we let you go, or something like that.
It didn't go that high.
Didn't it? Well, anyway, Trev now says that this song has existed for millennia.
It hasn't existed for millennia. It was written by Paul McCartney about John Lennon, and it's on the Ram album.
He's not called Uncle Albert.
There's a little bit in it where he takes the Michael out of John Lennon's, a bit where he does a John Lennon accent, and it's against John Lennon.
That was it. So that's a Paul McCartney one from
against him, or sort of friendly.
I think they were angry with each other at that point.
What, that How Do You Sleep?
How Do You Sleep?
Yeah, I think it was a retort to that.
Good to attack each other with records,
exactly,
isn't it?
they did, yeah.
All right, so you say
we'll all end up like that one day.
We'll write poems to each other.
Captain Big Boots about you.
Yeah, well, I'm going to write I use the Fools and Horses to form all my relationships about you. Trevor will write Trevor watches pigs having it off instead of getting onto the tour bus. Mr. Nibbs, how's that poem going?
Finish now.
Well, this
Can't
not
be finished.
He's not
That's
going
not
to
how you do
incorporate
it.
all the events of the show, you idiot, like G does. You've got to incorporate it. He says it's finished.
Something mad might happen.
There's a
What's-
good bit coming up in a minute.
You've
Don't know
not
anything about
incorporated
that.
the Uncle Albert bit won't be in the poem.
As we go along.
You're doing it as we're going along. You've got to incorporate the Uncle Albert bit, for example. Right, Albert. What rhymes with Albert? Fools and horses. You know, this show, Horses for Courses, hold on. No, this show has several courses, including the main bit about fools and horses. Something like that has to be in it.
Well, now
right?
that's going to be in it, isn't it? Come on, should we...
Right, let's listen to this Uncle Albert song and see if we can work out if it was written. If it mentions Del or Rodney, we know it's definitely was
Doesn't.
commissioned. If it don't... Trevor, this might not even be the actual song, because I don't know that you know what we're talking about.
Well, I do know what we're talking about.
Go on,
and
then,
I've
sing
got
a bit of the song.
There's a gentleman next door. He went to his car to get this record just so that we could do
He's
this.
got it
bit.
in his car?
Yeah, he had it in his car. We didn't have it on the system, so we've got the CD.
His system Oh yeah, hold on. Where's that paper? Now I've got a copy of the Star now, and I do want to rise above it a bit. But
Rise above it.
Rise above it.
I think you should do a love campaign in response to his hate campaign.
Respond with love.
Because he's clearly doing a low, dirty little hate campaign against you.
Mike Ward out
Love
of the
him.
Star. Mike
Love
at,
him back.
Mike at, hold on, let's see. Mike at MikeWard.tv. Mike at MikeWard.tv.
Just make an appeal to people who actually know him.
Send
And maybe he's shouted at a runner at the Star. Don't have runners on newspapers.
I think they must.
And they want to phone up and give some information about Mike Ward, which would be embarrassing.
Yeah, let's find things out about this Mike
Because he's
Ward
got a
character.
weekly printed, medium. We've
There's
got
a
this.
picture of him here, wearing a floral shirt, clutching a remote control with his claw-like talons, with his ghastly little fist.
You're doing what the tabloids do.
I'm creating. I'm using metaphorical imaginative language to make him sound evil.
He looks normal.
Actually, he looks quite a friendly man.
He's a
Why has he
lovely
got so
man.
much hatred in him?
He doesn't know you, that's why. He's got a superficial, one-dimensional view of you, and it's easy to hate. It's always easy to hate.
I think in these situations it's good to think that he's only in real life is the size of his picture. It's very hard to hate him then.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him. Let's give him some dolly
Titchy.
mixtures.
He has to jump up and down on a keyboard.
Yeah.
Like Mike TV.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He does probably press the typewriter buttons with his feet. Mike at MikeWard.tv. CC me the emails you send him so I can enjoy them too. So, okay, we're going to help this person with an election campaign now. The person is called Joe Tidy. He needs our help. He's at university. It's his third year. He's running at the moment to become the member of the student, that don't even exist, student union
Joe
exec.
Tidy.
Joe Tidy.
Sounds like
He's
an
going to be
American mayor.
Hey, I'm Joe Tidy. He'd be a great mayor. He'll be a great politician for the school. I reckon we've got to get behind this kid's university campaign, and here he is on the line. Joe Tidy, are you there, mate?
Hiya, yeah. How you doing?
We're well. You already are like a politician. You've taken control of the situation. Is Joe Tidy your real name?
It is my real name. I don't know why people keep asking me this.
Because it sounds like a lie, I suppose. Joe Tidy. I'm Joe Tidy. I'll tidy away all your political student needs.
Well, I'll tidy up media, that's the idea.
Hello, Joe Tidy. You have made me expose one of my boobs. Both of them are out now. Take a good look, guys, because it's the last you'll see of them. They're back
See you
away.
every 2 minutes.
Right, so Joe Tidy, tell us a bit about your election campaign and how we can help you. Then at the end of it, go, help in a voice.
Okay, I'm running I'm in my third year, and I want to stay on for another year.
Why? You have to leave after 3 years. Don't be lazy.
Well,
4 more
yeah,
years.
I'm not ready for the real world.
4 more years.
I love it here.
Right, you're not ready for the real world, so you want to become a student politician.
That's
This shouldn't
it,
be what's motivating you to a career in politics.
Well, it's not actually politics. I mean, this is, but it's mainly like a bit of a popularity contest, really. You go around giving people sweets.
Joe
and,
Tidy!
Oh, no.
Go around giving people sweets. Come on, Joe Tidy.
I've been doing it today. I've spent a fortune on drumsticks. Other confectionery is, of course, available.
Drumsticks?
Yeah,
The
it
lollies.
works. People
yeah.
like it.
Okay, you're dishing out drumsticks to curry
Yeah.
favour with the student voters. It's going well, is it?
It's going all right, yeah. I've got banners and posters up, and I've got people wearing my little badge, Tidy Up Media badge.
You sound like a young Hitler. This is your Munich putsch. If we don't step in here and crush you could ruin us all.
Don't crush me. Don't crush
We
me.
won't. Tell us what sort of, what powers will you have if you become the student union exec?
I'll be in charge of the media services at Loughborough University. I'll be doing like Label magazine. That's the union magazine we have.
Goebbels.
Goebbels' division. Okay, so you'll be in charge of propaganda.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
I'll be able to spin hate stories about people if I want to.
Spin hate stories. You
No,
are the
that wouldn't happen, that
Lil
wouldn't happen.
Riefenstahl. Is that woman? Lil Riefenstahl
She
that
was
made...
a brilliant, groundbreaking filmmaker.
Yeah, but she did make films that was a bit Nazi, Trev.
No, she didn't.
I saw one, it was a bit Nazi, had Nazis in it.
You're both ill-informed. Let's move on.
Lenny Riefenstahl.
Lenny Riefenstahl, good old... She was probably brilliant, Trev. I'm just saying them films were a bit Nazi. Now, okay, young fella, my lad, you want to make Nazi films, is that right?
I want to make Nazi films, yeah, and I want your help.
You mustn't make them. The Nazis were wrong and we abhor everything they stand for. Free Tibet! So go on then.
I'll be in charge of
That
the
magazine. What
and
else?
The radio, the campus radio as well.
He's going to have loads of power.
And also the campus TV station and the website as
They've
well.
got a TV
This is
station.
wrong.
This
Yeah.
is like a citadel. How come...
LSU TV it's called, it's good.
What TV is it called?
LSU TV, Loughborough Students Union Television.
So you've got a TV station, a website, a magazine, crikey.
And yeah, that's right.
Stickers and drumsticks.
Lollies.
He'll be an unstoppable political force if we don't get to grips with Joe Tidy now.
Yeah.
Joe, how do you plan to use this power if you get it? Because
I plan to use it for the greater good, obviously.
The greater good, I don't know. People use that to justify killings. So, listen then, what do you mean the greater good? Specify your terms a bit.
I'd make it as good a journalism as possible. And
Good journalism.
Journalism, yeah. And I'd, make it good for the students as well, so they can come and volunteer and become, like yourself, presenters or whatever.
Listen, mate, that took years of toil and drug abuse. You can't just ascend to this position, pouncing around Loughborough, scribbling in your student mag. No,
I can try.
Yes, you're certainly okay. I think I like Joe Tidy. Matt, do you
Yes.
like Joe Tidy?
Yes.
Trev, do you like Joe Tidy?
No, he sounds like a, prospective Rupert Murdoch, Ted Turner type of tyrant, really. He's
a
out for himself.
tyrannical mogul. But let's have him in our pocket, like how the mob have the gangster mob, innit? They have a politician.
The gangster mob.
The gangster mob. I saw some of them when I was in America. If you can be in our pocket for your whole career, even if you become a proper politician, and we can use you to influence policy.
Yeah, right, we can work that out.
Joe
You need to
Tidy.
help me, though.
Yeah.
You need to help me win the campaign.
Joe Tidy, this is a Faustian pact you're making. If only what you were expected to hand over were as cheap as your soul. Now we're going to expect you to bombard Mike Ward at the start with emails full of vitriol, morning, noon and night, till his emails is jammed with
we
hatred.
can take him down.
Track him down, Mike. Track him down. No, don't track him down. We're going to give Mike Ward naught but love. What's his... Mike Ward at... Hold on, what's his address again? Mike Ward... Mike at MikeWard.tv. Mike at MikeWard.tv. So, yeah. But as part of your initial mission, Joe Tidy, we will support your campaign to become... what's the job you're after?
It's called multimedia editor.
Vote for Joe Tidy to be multimedia editor. Who gets the vote?
Brilliant.
People at your university?
We've got about 15,000 students, and I'm trying to get as many of them to vote as possible.
Brilliant.
What's the name of your rival?
He's called, well, can I say that? Because then that's advertising him, really. Isn't it?
Trevor's trying to coax you into a trick.
It is, isn't it?
We're against your rival. Let's blacken
I
his
like
name.
your rival.
His name's Rob Hastings.
Go for it, Rob Hastings.
I think
No,
Rob
the
Hastings.
Battle of Hastings.
Rob Hastings was very recently involved in a scandal. A lot of people are saying that he's having extramarital affairs and that he dresses up his pets in women's lingerie, then looks at them in a flustered state. That's what people are saying about Rob Hastings. Not my words.
It could be true. Who knows?
But who knows? But we're right behind you, Joe Tidy.
Thank you.
We're going to get you to the top.
I've got the ballot boxes are out on Monday and Monday to Wednesday, and I need to do something big around the ballot boxes.
Ooh, certainly do.
yeah.
I suggest a great big whoopsie with sequins in it. Come on, Joe Tidy. Use your imagination.
I need to use your imaginations.
Well, we'll help you then. What can be Joe Tidy's stunt to crush the evil Rob Tidings?
I've got a
Coconut
whole
bra.
pink thing going on.
Wear a coconut bra, Joe Tidy.
Coconut bra, right, okay. Where do I get them from?
You make it out of a coconut
Buy
and
a
a string.
coconut and some strings.
Alright, okay.
Smash it in half, then clamp it to your knockers. That is essentially
And a
coconut
grass
bra.
skirt.
And a grass skirt, and then go, doobie-doo, I want to be like you. Mr. Nibs will be sent down to your campus. Mr. Nibs, we will pay your costs. You're going down to assist that man in his campaign. You're getting someone else to help with your poem, aren't you?
She's right now.
You are corrupt!
He's
But-
dictating already a poem.
He's dictating a poem.
What sort of a poet would dictate their poem?
That's against everything poetry stands for. It's meant to come from the soul.
Take a poem, will you?
I wandered lonely as a cloud. I had some feelings.
Blah, blah, blah. Fill the rest in. Yours sincerely.
Poet. So your poetry, Mr. Nibs, does not come from the heart. But you've got to get down to Loughborough University and help Joe Tidy. We've got to get him to win this campaign. We must support him against. Well, we don't know much about Rob
Rob
Hastings.
Hastings has got substantial, real policies. He doesn't need to resort to the cheap
not true.
trick
That's
of
not
ringing
true.
up Russell Brand
A
and
lot of
asking
people are
Russell
saying that-
for his policies.
Rob Hastings is a dangerous pervert.
I saw Rob
We've got
Hastings.
to watch out for
Open his stomach and it was all wires in there.
Rob Hastings isn't even a real person.
He is a real person.
He's a robot from the future. He's come to kill us all. Don't vote for him. He'll destroy us. Vote for Joe Tidy. Joe Tidy. He's not all cruel and snidey like Rob Hastings is. Joe Tidy. Joe Tidy. Joe Tidy. He'll elevate your consciousness and make you spiritually free. Free to bet. Okay, thanks, Joe Tidy. Say help.
Help!
We will send Mr. Nibbs down to your university to make sure you win that election with corruption if necessary. Right, but remember, if you ever end up in the Houses of Parliament, you'll be in our pockets. We own your soul, Joe. Yeah?
Okay, it's a deal.
Ha-ha! Excellent! Ha, 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 ha. See you later, Joe Tidy.
Simple as
Yeah,
that.
cheers, mate.
There it is.
So the wheels turn.
The wheels turn. Vote for Joe Tidy. That's all we can say on that
Rob
subject.
Hastings, he is the
Leave
true...
it. Come on.
Come on, let's move on
Those
to another
two.
item. Right.
Probably great mates.
Those guys, it's probably like the Stones and Beatles. Probably find out they get on just fine in real life. Okay, so what should we let's listen to some music. God.
Captain Beefheart.
Yeah, all
This
right.
is funny, this.
This will cheer us right. What is it then?
Yellow Brick Road.
Oh, hello. Well, let's listen to Yellow Brick Road by Captain Beefheart. Let's not talk over it, eh?
No. Let's
The
give him his
following
moment.
tone is a reference tone, recorded at our operating level.
Captain Beefheart, Yellow Brick Road. That's cheered us right up.
Beefheart, not Beefheart.
That's just my pronunciation. It was not an instruction. There's a person here from Minneapolis says, your show is so gay it wouldn't last a day here in the USA.
What?
There's nothing wrong with being gay, and we don't want to last a day there in the USA if that's what's required of it, not being gay.
Is that an attack?
Exactly.
It sounded like an attack. Actually, should we not... I'm a bit worried that we might have become a bit evil trying to get politicians in our pockets and starting campaigns. What do you think, Matt?
I don't think it's that bad.
No, it's not that bad. Trev?
I don't think anyone's going to take us seriously.
Take us seriously!
Can I just say, Russell, when I came up here on
Yeah.
the train, this was the free magazine.
Woohoo! On the Virgin train, oh dear, yeah,
Did you do an
hotline.
interview with them?
No, I didn't. They compiled that out of, like, you know, I don't know how they did it.
I thought it was Burke News when I saw your picture of it.
Burke News this
It's a right
week.
sob story you've given them.
Have I? What does it say things like then?
Ridiculous
This is
things
off
in there.
Virgin trains.
Yeah. He says he was a desperately unhappy, wheezing little twerp as a child.
I probably did say that. I think I was always saying things like, it's probably from this radio show where I say things like, oh, I was a
Did you do
wheezing
an
twerp.
interview with them?
No.
It
Oh,
sounds
right,
like you did, though.
At one point, I lived in a room above a pub. Despite this life of stealth and frugality, some sort of urban fox, I managed to find enough money to fund a drug habit. Brand goes on. Listen to this. I try to avoid caffeine because... Listen to this boast. Unfounded. Because my blood is now so toxin-free that I might as well have crystal meth as a cup of tea. I'm like an angel man.
In a way, I'm
My blood's
divine.
clear.
It's see-through. I got translucent blood. I come from space. Yeah, fair enough. I don't remember saying that about crystal meth as a cup of tea, but, you know, don't attack me or that delightful
Why's your
bit of
hair in
propaganda.
the old-fashioned style?
Because it's an old photograph, which I never would have sanctioned.
Oh, really?
well,
I think
yeah.
you look better with that. You should go back to that haircut.
Really? I liked it. I like having this stupid haircut.
Yeah.
Russell, says M, didn't you once masturbate a guy in an experimental fashion? I've just read it on his website.
What? He's
Someone's
built
got
a
a
career out of that.
For me, it was just a moment. Suddenly you've just started shouting. What's all that about? Calm down, buddy.
These are from another show.
Yeah, these are from the past. I used to think of Russell Brand as a somewhat handsome fellow, but after seeing the picture of him in my pants, my illusions have been shattered. I imagine they were all the rage for young boys in the 70s, says Fairy, but times have changed. Underwear's moved on. Marks and Spencer's do a very nice underwear range for men, so do loads of places. Keeping with the white cotton theme. Matt looks sexy in his. This Claire de May, Fairy...
Pictures, that old picture of us at Six Music. With
My
our
pants
on.
are great. They're nice, simple
They're not.
pants.
They are toddlers' pants. We've been through this.
They're adult
Have
pants.
you got those on again?
Yeah. I wear them every day.
I used to have pants with Elvis Che Guevara. I used to always wear pink pants.
Good, wasn't it?
No.
Was it not good?
Well, 'cause it's just because I have to see them so much.
Yeah, you do. You're in a
It's because
lot
you
of...
keep your house like a greenhouse and walk around in your pants.
I like it. I'm happy there. Now, listen, we've got something very important to solve here. It's this woman. She's got a terrible problem. Her name is Carly. I have a problem. I desperately need your wisdom and sexual prowess in order to solve it. Crikey. Well,
Oh dear.
it's a program that requires sexual prowess. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Program?
Problem. Did I say program?
Yeah, you're such a pro.
Crikey.
He is telly.
I'm always focused on the job. Okay, so let's talk to Carly. Carly, you here, darling?
Hello.
You're right, my love. What seems to be the trouble?
Well, the thing is, I recently started a new job and I moved from Cardiff to Hungerford and I haven't got many friends. So I thought I'll impress all my work colleagues by making them pancakes.
Nice, good way to impress people,
The obvious
making
way
them
to go.
pancakes.
Day.
Matt, don't do that mime, I'm trying to concentrate. Now, come on, Carly, in Hungerford, making pancakes for your colleagues. Is that, what went wrong? If someone started a new job with me and made some pancakes, I'd think they was lovely.
Well, I thought that too, but the thing is, I kind of told them that I was a good cook and I'm not.
Oh, you lied.
I did lie, yeah. And I didn't mean to lie, but then I kept on lying.
You didn't mean to lie, then you went on a campaign of lying. Why did you do it?
I just needed friends, Russell. It's a terrible situation down here. And then I started cooking, and I was on the phone to my mother trying to figure out how to cook pancakes, and I turned around and the pan caught on fire.
Oh, Christ, woman. Why are you causing all this chaos in Hungerford? Get yourself together. Concentrate when you're making pancakes. Hold on, so you started a fire while you was making them pancakes?
Yeah, and then I set the ceiling on fire, and I threw the pan into the sink, and I set the curtains on fire as well.
You're like Frank Spencer. Why did you cause so many disasters? You set the ceiling on fire, you set the curtains on fire. How many days had you been at work when you did this senseless fire attack?
I'd been there about 2 weeks, but, you know, it was the first time they'd invited me to spend time with them, and it was not in my house, it was in one of
Is
their
it someone
houses.
else's house?
No, don't worry about it then.
Fair enough. No, it's awful. Right, okay, you need to make amends, don't you? You've set fire to someone's curtains, you've set fire to the ceiling,
And they know I'm a liar now as well.
and they know you're a liar.
Oh, dear.
This does not look at all good for you, Carly.
I know.
What is the job as?
Features writer. We write, like, real-life stories for magazines.
Real life
You've got a
stories?
story.
Yeah.
You got yourself a story.
Matt, you cynical mogul. Okay, so, alright, what magazine?
Loads of different magazines, like Take a Break and Pick Me Up and...
We like those things. They're hilarious. That's them
they're
things.
fun.
What sort of real life stories? Tell me what you're working on at the moment.
Oh, I couldn't do that, no.
Why?
Because then
Why?
people might ring me up and think I'm making fun of them.
I married a dolphin.
Is it things like that?
Yeah, stuff like I ran off with my
And Matthew,
mother's
if you did
boyfriend
marry a
and I
dolphin, you
was
should have mentioned that earlier in the dolphin item. But go on. So real life stories about people running off with people.
Yeah.
All right, but what? I'm confused. If they're real life stories, how come you're writing them?
Dun dun dun.
Uh-oh.
You've been lying again.
More
And
lies.
she goes, and they know I'm a liar.
You're a liar.
I reckon she
I'm not
writes them
a
on
liar.
pancakes and flips them into the sea.
Is that the way you live your life, woman? Flipping pancakes full of lies in the sea. No wonder dolphins are marrying human beings. You're creating chaos.
Dolphins read those pancake stories.
And then it gives them ideas. Run away with a woman, shall I? Why not? I'll marry one. To Israel! These are bonkers suggestions. Okay, alright then. So you are a liar. You write down lies, sell them to magazines, and then you set fire to your colleagues' kitchens, and you want us to help you. Is that the gist of it?
Yeah.
That's basically the situation.
She's got to say help.
Say
Yeah,
help
but
and we
it's
will.
a very busy place, and I do need friends here.
You need friends.
I like your accent.
Where are you from? Wales?
Yes.
Oh, we'll help you. Let's try and help her. Alright, say help then.
Help.
Oh, just like a little blow.
A little
Imagine-
bit of punctuation.
I bet her blow-offs are like that. I bet
she doesn't do them.
She does. Like
No,
this.
I don't.
Like that. You don't do them.
No.
We can't trust what she says. She probably sets fire to them and blasts them into people's curtains the way she lives her life. Now, come on, Carly. Right then, so you need some help. Right, well, I suggest, firstly, let's write a true life story about a lying woman starting a new job and burning down people's soft furnishings. Right? That
Yeah.
could be...
You shouldn't have curtains in the kitchen.
Why are there curtains in the kitchen? It's a death trap.
With
I
blinds.
myself. It's just asking for trouble. And
Yeah.
also, people just don't talk about how dangerous it is to cook pancakes enough.
Really? So
Yeah.
we're hoping to spread a message
We were
here.
wasting time on the Tibet issue.
Now let's get to the real nub of the situation. China, stay in Tibet as long as you like. But for God's sake, if you're cooking pancakes while you're there, concentrate. Well, we'll say that. Okay, yeah. So, right. Okay, well, what do you need us to do? We need to make you more friends with the people
Well-
you work with.
Yeah, and I need them to not think I'm weird and not think I'm a liar.
Right.
Or possibly, you know, another way to make friends in the area.
I think send each person you live with a photograph of your genitals, saying, I've got no
come
secrets from you. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with a coconut bra? We've been pushing that for the whole show.
Okay, maybe you need to pop on a little something we like to call
Coconut bra.
Pop Put on a
I do
coconut.
have a picture of myself in a coconut bra, actually.
Send it.
Yeah.
Send it. We'll put it on the website. Do you look nice in that coconut bra?
Do the halves of the coconut just cover the nipples?
That's the spirit. Okay, send us a photo of you in a coconut bra, hold a dinner party at your own house, and just poke light-hearted fun at the fire disaster. Have it as a sort of barbecue, but an indoor barbecue where you set fire to the settee and cook a sausage on a stick, and you're dressed up as Stig of the Dump, but wearing a coconut bra, and you've got a dolphin there that's sort of your husband, and you drag it round by its willy for the whole of the party, and say, look at me, I'm just honest Carly, how can you not love me, while setting fire to your farts? How about that? Now, if that doesn't make people love you, I don't know what will.
I know what she needs to do. She needs to join my experiment. She's the
Trevor,
ideal candidate.
Trevor,
pushing this
stop promoting
experiment.
your
We don't
ideas.
like it.
Why not? It's a friendly...
I don't like it.
It's trying to make the world a friendlier place
It's
for
not,
us.
Trev. It's trying to give you delicious power.
No,
that's
it
all.
isn't.
That's
It's-
its only aim.
You think about power.
Let's help Carly. Matthew, what do you propose we do?
What's the problem? That she's not making friends in a village. Is that it?
And they think I'm a liar, and they think I'm weird.
They think she's weird. She's gone round someone's
Well,
house and
to
set
stop
fire
them
to it.
thinking that, I reckon you should go and sit in your room on your hands, never talk to anyone.
Because it's difficult, Carly, because you are a bit balmy. That's been revealed over the course of this conversation. You've gone to a new town, you've set fire to someone's house as a way of making yourself, assimilating yourself. It's an odd way to live, isn't it? Did you have stuff like this going in your old town?
No, I didn't. I led a very bland life before I moved to Hungerford.
No, well, since you've been there, you've gone bonkers. Now, let's get you off the line.
I reckon she should go door to door around the local area and go, hello, I'm looking for stories. I work for Take a Break. You'll get a bit of celebrity
Other
around there.
magazines are available. Yeah.
Well, she works for all of them anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I work for all of them anyway. Yeah, I'm not promoting any particular one. I'm just a gun for hire. I don't mind what I do. Okay, listen, yeah, go round all your neighbours, make friends with them. What's going on then? It's just an office full of people writing stories.
Yes.
And then you just...
Are they lies, honestly? Are they all made up?
No, they're true. They just, sometimes you just got to fill in the dots of people's imagination.
Dots? People don't have dots in their imagination, except Damien Hirst. What are these imaginative dots that you're scribbling over with lies and treachery? Listen, young lady.
True. We don't lie.
Okay.
Well, I lie, but other people who work here don't.
Right, so say there was a story, say one of the members of the team of this radio show said, oh, my embarrassing story where I slung a carrier bag full of whoopsie off my roof. What details would you fill in with that?
You'd need to add a bit of sex to it, I suppose, wouldn't you?
Often Matt Morgan does add a bit of sex to it before he slings the bag full of whoopsie off his roof.
We're going to cut this bit out.
No, we're not cutting this bit out. It's going out. It's got to be done as if it's live. Carly, do the thing Matt said, go around knocking on people's doors, telling them you're looking for true life stories, then, make their story sound more exciting and then they will love you. As for that person, buy some new curtains and, that sounds to me like all your problems are solved.
Yeah.
Now, also, them quirks in your personality are good things. Never be ashamed of them. Bye!
Bye!
Bye, Carly. There she goes. We've helped her,
I
ain't
knew
we?
those stories were lies.
Yeah, I know. They sound weird.
But then
when
there's
you read them.
photos of the people.
Those people are just
I reckon she
models.
just goes around and goes, can I take a photo of you? And then someone takes a photo and they go, I'm in love with my own mum.
I saw my cousin once and I tied him up with washing line and pushed him off a bridge. yeah, I reckon that is what goes on. Let's listen to some music, then wrap up this crazy show. Mr. Nibbs, I hope your poem's going well, mate.
Yeah, it's coming along nicely.
You looked like you were lying when you said that. He looked down at the ground and went, it's coming along nicely. I do not trust Mr. Nibbs, but let's hear his poem. God, I miss Mr. G. Come on, let's have a listen then.
Stop.
Bit at the end of that song's confusing, ain't it? That was the Pixies. Where is my mind? Where's my mind? By the Pixies. Listen to Russell Brand on Radio 2. This programme's nearly over. Noel Gallagher weren't in. We couldn't get in touch with him, so he won't be on the show. I remember once someone said, they said Noel Gallagher was going to be in the show, a critic again. And like I said, Noel Gallagher was going to be in the show. And then Noel Gallagher wasn't in it. And took that as evidence.
That's 'cause we're
didn't know-
Mavericks.
Yeah, we're Mavericks. We might say that we'll ring Noel Gallagher, then we don't get round to it. Okay? Oh, sorry. Well, excuse us for having imaginations. Hi, Russ. I know of a man, elderly, who when he sees a woman in a skirt walking past, pretends to tie his laces so he can perv up their skirts. Fair enough. Why wouldn't he? So, why don't we then wrap up this show? It's been quite mad, hasn't it? It's because we're in this little room in Manchester. The desk's made of Lego, and it's been peculiar, hasn't it? Have you enjoyed?
Banjos hanging on the wall.
There's banjos. There's paintings of Mark and Lard.
That's not a painting, is it?
Yeah, it is a painting.
Is it? Look at
Loud Halo we played with. There's this. Why are all these things in here?
They do things with them.
That was Trevor, that last noise. We can't condemn BBC Manchester for that. It's lovely up here, really. Now, Mr. Nibbs, who's been our assistant for the show, was instructed to write a poem. Let's see if he's managed
Look
to
at the
do
way he's
just
bringing
that.
it up there, like it's a mistake.
Right, Mr. Nibbs, you don't look very confident in your poem. Come over here, let's hear it. Now, bearing in mind that this show is normally closed by Mr. G, our resident poet laureate and one of the finest young poets in this country. Let's see what Mr. Nibbs has scratched out with his evil little fists. Right, here we go.
All right, ready?
Yes, we're ready, Mr. Nibbs. Is there anything you want to say before the poem begins, young man?
Sorry.
No, I'm really nervous and.
You're nervous, are you? Well, you should be nervous because you're about to do an abominable poem on a national radio station, the most listened to radio station in the country.
Right.
Now let's have a little listen to your poem.
All right, here we go. Russell, Matt and Trevor up in your roar, censorship of the show and abandonment on tour.
Good so far.
good.
Pre-recorded in Manchester so Russell can go to La La Land, wearing golf club boots to help him stand.
Not bad, although there's no relationship between going to La La Land and standing.
Do carry on, Mr. Nibbs.
Accompanied by his hairspray in his satchel. I came in to learn, but I'm not sure what I've heard is factual.
Satchel and factual's a nice rhyme.
Very good.
Chinese leaving Tibet, all things enjoying sex, Joe tidy to make Prime Minister, and Lego on the mixing desk. I got told off for chatting whilst writing this poem, and guess I'm just a pest.
Bitterness.
The only truth for today is that Trevor Locke has 4 big hairy nipples under his string vest. That one episode of Only Fools and Horses governs Matt's on his life's quest. Oh, and Russell will spray a love shower to dampen Mike Ward's unfounded detest. I'm rubbish at writing poems because I'm really thick. There's one thing I know for sure, is that Mike Ward is a bad critic.
Mr. Nibbs
A
there!
sting in the tail.
Look at
There
that.
really was. Well done. That was a very good poem. Let's cuddle him right up nice. Come on, there. Right, the show is nearly finished now. Well done. That was a lovely poem. We'll frame that. Right, nice. All in the bin look. No, we're going to look after that. That was a lovely poem. Well done, Mr. Nibbs. Now remember, you've got to go and help that lad with his election. Right, so it's been a lovely show. Thank you
good
for
poem.
all your contributions. Matt, did you enjoy it here?
I had great fun here.
Lovely. Now you can build your desk into something else. You can make it into a fire station or something, perhaps. What about you, Trevor? Have you enjoyed yourself?
I always enjoy it in this room.
It's lovely here, lovely in Manchester. Thank you very much, good people of Manchester, for looking after us. Now it's time for the news. Now what do you want Andrea Simmons to say? Something like Lego desk or something like that?
I think she should go. There's been an invasion. They're pulling me off the mic.
There's been an invasion. Trust no one. The rest of this news broadcast is propaganda. Oh God, help us all. Okay, well let's listen to Andrea Simmons, the 88 and 91 FM. This is Radio 2.
Roll up.
Hello,
Go get your oranges.
Let's have a bit of bleeding news, shall we? 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from BBC. Bye.
The news now at 11 o'clock. This is Andrea Simmons.